In the waning light of a celestial twilight, an assembly of gods convened atop the fabled heights of Mount Olympus. Zeus, the mighty king of the gods, stood at the center of this sacred gathering. The air crackled with anticipation as the gods took their places around him, their expressions a blend of curiosity and contemplation. The throne room, adorned with Olympian columns and bathed in hues of amber and gold, bore witness to the deliberations about to unfold. Zeus summoned his divine kin to address a grave consequence of Prometheus's defiance. Prometheus had stolen fire from the heavens, gifting it to mankind, and thereby altering the balance between mortals and gods. This act of rebellion had not gone unnoticed, stirring whispers of concern among the gods who now debated its far-reaching implications. Zeus, rising with purpose, proposed a plan, one born from divine wisdom and strategy. He spoke of crafting a new being, a woman, gifted with attributes that could both enrich and challenge humanity. As Zeus outlined his vision, Hera, the queen of the gods, listened with a discerning gaze. Her skepticism was palpable, visible in the slight arch of her brow. Unlike many of her peers, Hera did not readily embrace the idea. She questioned the wisdom of introducing such variables into the mortal plane, wary of the possible consequences. Yet, Zeus's confidence in his plan eventually won her over, as she pondered the benefits of teaching humans the dualities of life, joy and suffering, love and loss. Thus, with cautious agreement, Hera lent her support. The council continued, each god and goddess contributing their thoughts. Confidence grew as they discussed how their unique gifts could shape the creation of this new being, Pandora. Each deity envisioned bestowing a piece of their divine essence upon her, a touch of power, or a glimpse of wisdom. A murmur of agreement rippled through the gathering, as the gods resolved to bring Zeus's plan to fruition. This collaborative spirit ignited a sense of unity and purpose among them, a testament to their shared divine responsibility. Zeus, the orchestrator of this venture, turned to Hephaestus, the god of craftsmanship and fire. Hephaestus received his charge with solemn pride, acknowledging the trust placed in his hands. His task was clear, to mold Pandora from the earth's clay, breathing life into her form with his skillful hands. The forge of Hephaestus, with its enduring flames, awaited this noble undertaking. The promise of a new creation permeated the air, a stirring prelude to the task that lay ahead. As twilight deepened, signaling the end of deliberations, a quiet sense of anticipation settled over the divine assembly. The gods dispersed, each retreating to their divine realms with thoughts focused on the future they had just shaped. The muteness of Mount Olympus seemed to echo with unspoken expectations, a canvas upon which the story of Pandora would soon unfold. The scene closed with Zeus, ship stilled by the weight of potential and the timeless gaze of eternity. With prayers unspoken and intentions set, the council's decision marked the beginning of a new chapter for gods and mortals alike. Their vision crystallized with the setting sun, suggesting a dawn of possibilities ready to unfold with Hephaestus's hands as the bridge from divine intent to earthly reality. In the quiet, creative hum of Hephaestus's forge, the task of molding a new being destined for Earth commenced. The forge was a place of focus and anticipation, filled with the warmth of glowing embers and the steady rhythm of craftsmen's hands at work. Here, in this meticulous and sacred space, Hephaestus began his work with care and precision. His mind, ever obedient to Zeus's grand design, was intent on the task at hand, creating Pandora, a being of profound significance. The riverbanks held divine clay, blessed by the essence of primordial creation. Hephaestus gathered it with reverence, knowing its potential for giving life. Each handful he scooped was like a promise, an echo of what was to come. The clay felt cool and smooth, yet vibrant with the whispers of the gods. As he returned to his forge, Hephaestus pondered the weight of his responsibility, crafting a creature endowed with the divine purpose designated by Zeus. With practiced hands, Hephaestus began shaping Pandora's form. Every gesture was gentle but deliberate, molding the clay into the soft curves and intricate details of what would soon be the first woman. He incorporated elegance and poise into her form, mindful of the beauty Aphrodite would later bestow upon her. The craftsman's focus was unwavering, a testament to his skill and dedication. Each touch was a tribute to the gods' collective intention, signifying both a gift and a trial for humanity. As Pandora's form emerged, lifelike and poised, Hephaestus channeled his deepest skills to breathe a semblance of vitality into her being. Her features were serene, her hands gently poised, and in her bearing was a grace yet unseen in the world of man. The artisan imbued her with an expressiveness that hinted at the lively curiosity bestowed by Hermes. Hephaestus labored tirelessly, each movement of his hands marking the shift from idea to reality, turning clay into the semblance of life. Around the forge, other gods gathered, drawn by the artistry underway. They observed quietly, their presence a hum of divine approval and anticipation. The creation unfolded like a slow performance, captivating the celestial audience. Hephaestus's prowess was not merely in crafting an image of beauty but in forging a vessel that would hold the complexities of divine gifts yet to come. There was admiration in their eyes, an acknowledgement of excellence and the potential that lay encapsulated in this nascent form. With the final strokes, Hephaestus applied the details that would complete Pandora, ensuring that each feature held the promise of her destined journey. Her eyes, carefully set, were deep with the potential for wonder and insight. Her lips, delicately shaped, hinted at the whispers and mysteries awaiting her exploration. As he worked, the gods watched silently, envisioning the unfolding of the events to come. Hephaestus stepped back to admire his creation, the embodiment of divine intervention in mortal affairs. Though motionless for now, Pandora carried within her the promise of transformation, an interweaving of hardship and hope, destined to touch every corner of the earth. Hephaestus felt a sense of satisfaction swell within him, recognizing the perfection of his craftsmanship and the latent destiny held within Pandora's form. There she stood, waiting, poised at the brink of awakening. In the quiet aftermath, as tools were laid to rest and the forge's glow dimmed, the air was infused with a sense of fulfilled purpose. The task, significant and profound, had been concluded, leaving only the breath of expectation lingering. Pandora, his masterpiece, awaited the gifts of wisdom, curiosity, and charm from the gods. The forge settled into silence, knowing that it had borne witness to the birth of a pivotal being. As he turned from his work, Hephaestus considered Pandora's potential, the promise she carried embodying the hopes and wills of the gods. The room, filled with the scent of clay and ember, stood still, yet anticipatory of the life that would soon echo within its walls. And thus, Pandora was ready, her form complete, poised for the journey that would soon unfold with the touch of divine gifts. In the hallowed halls of Olympus, surrounded by a celestial aura of sacred wonder, Pandora stood ready to receive the divine gifts from the gods. The day was timeless, neither shadowed by clouds nor marked by time's passage, creating a mystical yet serene setting. The gods encircled Pandora, each carrying the essence of their being to bestow upon her a part of themselves, intertwining her fate with humanity's destiny. First to step forward was Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war strategy, her demeanor both nurturing and practical. She approached Pandora with a calm grace, her eyes reflecting the wisdom of ages. Athena placed her hand gently upon Pandora's forehead, bestowing upon her the gift of wisdom and the skills of a craftsman. With this, Pandora's understanding deepened, allowing her to see the world with clarity and purpose, equipped with the knowledge to navigate the trials that lay ahead. Following Athena, Hermes, the quicksilver messenger of the gods, approached with a glint of mischief in his eyes. His presence was marked by an air of cunning and eloquence. Hermes gently whispered into Pandora's ear, instilling within her a boundless curiosity. This gift, while seemingly simple, was profound and double-edged. It would drive Pandora to seek and discover, to question the world around her, igniting her desire for knowledge and catalyzing the events to unfold. Next came Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, radiant as the dawn itself. She moved with elegance and poise, carrying with her an aura of irresistible allure. Aphrodite bestowed Pandora with beauty and grace, gifting her an enchanting presence that would draw all who looked upon her. This beauty was not just in form, but imbued her with an empathy and kindness that would open hearts, making her a beacon of connection in the world of men. Poseidon, the ruler of the seas, followed with a less outward but equally powerful gift. Known for his tempestuous nature, today he was calm and composed. He breathed upon Pandora a hidden strength, a resilience as enduring as the tides. This gift was a quiet endowment, a secret fortitude that would allow Pandora to withstand the storms of adversity with unwavering resolve, anchoring her through times of hardship. Apollo, the god of music, light, and prophecy, approached with the grace of a morning sunbeam. His gifts to Pandora were harmony and charm, adding a melody to her voice and a warmth to her presence. Apollo's blessing gave Pandora the ability to soothe and inspire, weaving a thread of hope into the fabric of her existence. It was a touch of the divine that brought artistry and beauty to her every action, offering solace to those around her. As each god delivered their unique gifts, Pandora's being was enriched and woven with divine attributes. Every touch, every whispered promise, bound her closer to the woven tapestry of human experience. Pandora, though human in form, was now a creation of celestial design. She stood at the center of the gods, with their gifts shimmering like a myriad of glistening threads in a tapestry, each attribute serving as a tool on her impending journey. In this moment, Pandora was made whole, a vessel filled with the hopes and ambitions of Olympus. The gods stepped back, their task complete, having endowed her with all they could. Her fate, interconnected with the world beyond the divine hall, hovered on the brink of unfolding. The completion of Pandora heralded a new beginning, one that was infused with curiosity, beauty, wisdom, and resilience, a living testament to the gods' intricate handiwork. Thus, with the gifts of the gods aglow within her, Pandora stood ready to step beyond the luminous halls of Olympus. She was imbued with the ability to navigate her destiny, her presence a dichotomy of divine influence and mortal curiosity. The intertwining of these heavenly attributes set the stage for her journey into the world of humanity, where her impact would echo through the ages. As the sun began to cast its first rays across the sky, Zeus stood on the grand precipice of Olympus, ready to send Pandora on her journey to the earthly realms. He entrusted this significant task to Hermes, the swift messenger of the gods, whose wit and eloquence were matched by none. With Hermes by her side, Pandora was to leave the divine halls, not only as a creation of the gods, but as a beacon of curiosity and wonder, meant to interlace with humanity's destiny. Pandora, adorned with the gifts of the gods, bid a heartfelt farewell to the Olympians around her. One by one, they bestowed their blessings upon her, each god leaving a piece of wisdom or a gentle reminder as Pandora prepared for her descent. Athena whispered words of wisdom, urging her to use her gifts wisely and always seek understanding in the unknown. Aphrodite, with her eternal beauty, left Pandora with a blessing of grace, that would guide her through her new human experiences. Each farewell added a layer of meaning to her departure, filling the air with a sense of reverence and hope. With a gentle nod from Zeus, Hermes led Pandora away from the sacred throne of Olympus. They began their journey across the firmament, a path filled with the glistening essence of stars and celestial light. As they traveled, Hermes pointed out the beauty of the world they were heading toward, instilling in Pandora a sense of wonderment for all she would soon encounter. The earth lay below like a tapestry of green and blue, stitched with rivers and mountains, each element promising discovery and adventure. The journey allowed Pandora to observe the land that would become her new home. It was a mesmerizing spectacle, with the first light of dawn painting the horizon in hues of rosy pink and soft peach. As they descended, Pandora's eyes widened in awe at the sheer vastness and diversity of the world being unveiled before her. Here, amidst these unfolding scenes, she realized the magnitude of the role she had been given. Hermes, with his characteristic eloquence, spoke reassuringly about humanity, highlighting their warmth and resilience. He described the mortals as beings of tremendous potential, whose lives were intricate tapestries woven with both joys and challenges. He assured Pandora that while life would be different from the halls of Olympus, there was much to learn and experience in the world of humans. Hermes's words filled Pandora with a sense of peace, calming whatever uncertainties lingered in her mind. As they continued their descent, Pandora contemplated her role in this new world. The gifts bestowed upon her now felt like tools in a vast unexplored landscape of existence. Would she bring about change or simply observe it? The possibilities weighed upon her, yet remained elusive, shimmering just beyond comprehension. The descent was not just a physical transition, but a passage from the known to the unknown, from certainty to mystery. Finally, with a gentle landing, Pandora set foot on the Earth's surface, her journey from Olympus complete. The arrival marked the beginning of a new chapter not only for Pandora, but for humanity as well. The air was thick with promise, the promise of what could be, of what lay hidden in the folds of time, waiting to be unraveled by curious hearts like hers. The earth welcomed her softly, as if acknowledging the destiny she carried within her, one of hardships and gifts entwined. Pandora's presence symbolized a fresh beginning, a new dawn for the world she was chosen to walk among. With her heart brimming with curiosity and her gaze set on the horizon, Pandora took her first steps into the realm of mortals, ready to merge her divine essence with the human experience, setting the stage for the trials and triumphs that awaited. Upon her descent to Earth, Pandora found herself in a world teeming with life, a stark contrast to the divine stillness of Olympus. Here, the realm of humans spread out in humble settlements, nestled between hills and fields that played host to the labors and joys of mortal existence. As she walked among them, her divine curiosity illuminated every aspect of this new life. The humans, busy with their daily tasks, seemed driven by needs and desires both simple and complex, a dance of survival and pursuit of happiness. Among these mortals, one figure stood out to Pandora, Epimetheus. His gentle nature and kind eyes exuded a warmth that drew Pandora to him like a sun-drenched meadow after a long journey. Epimetheus, recognizing the spark of the divine in Pandora, welcomed her with an open heart. Their initial connection was effortless, a quiet understanding formed through shared moments and mutual respect. His innocence, untouched by the sorrows yet to unfold, complemented Pandora's endless curiosity perfectly. As time flowed like the gentle rivers that wove through the village, Pandora and Epimetheus spent their days exploring the mysteries of the human world together. Pandora's presence revealed possibilities that Epimetheus had not imagined, including insights into the nature of the world. Her questions were a gentle breeze stirring the leaves of his own mind, awakening a deeper understanding of life's complexities. In turn, Epimetheus offered Pandora insights into the mortal condition, showing her the tapestry of human emotion with its joys and sorrows, woven into the very fabric of their existence. Through their shared journey, Pandora and Epimetheus's bond grew stronger, evolving into a joyous union celebrated by the people around them. Their union was a beacon of hope and harmony that touched the lives of those in the village, creating a small sanctuary of peace amidst the vast world. Their love story, sung softly by the villagers, became a reminder that even the gods' machinations could kindle true affection among mortals. Pandora's divine gifts, bestowals from the gods, found expression in her interactions with humanity. Her wisdom guided those seeking answers to their mundane troubles, while her curiosity inspired innovation amidst everyday routines. These divine qualities, intertwined with mortal endeavors, enhanced the spirit of the village, creating a sense of prosperity and unity that was palpable in every corner. As the seasons transitioned gently from the birth of spring to the fullness of summer, Pandora began to feel a deep sense of belonging. The harmonious coexistence with humanity, shared awe at the wonder of life, and the love she found in Epimetheus grounded her in this new world. Pandora realized that, despite her divine origins, a fundamental part of her soul resonated with these mortal experiences. Yet, beneath her tranquil exterior, Pandora's restless nature never fully quieted. A part of her remained attuned to the call of discovery and the mysteries awaiting just beyond the horizon. Her heart, filled with wonder and questions, sensed the pivotal moments drawing near, a journey of understanding not only her surroundings, but also herself and the true purpose behind her creation. As the sun set one evening, casting an amber glow over the village, Pandora stood on a small hill overlooking her new home. Her thoughts drifted to the future, to the challenges she had yet to encounter, and to the fullness of her existence yet to be unveiled. Nestled in her heart, there lay a quiet determination to face whatever lay ahead with the grace and wisdom imparted to her by the gods. In the serene village where Pandora and Epimetheus had established their life together, a ripple of divine intervention was about to unfold. Zeus, ever strategic in his grandeur, sent a gift down from Olympus as a token of their union. It arrived subtly, without fanfare, a box of exquisite workmanship and mysterious origin. The box, sealed with divine power, bore blended hues of bronze and carmine, its surface shimmering enigmatically even in the dimly lit interior of their home. Its mere presence evoked a sense of awe and apprehension, a beautiful conundrum wrapped in mystery. Pandora, inheriting both curiosity from Hermes and wisdom from Athena, found herself irresistibly drawn to the box. It spoke to her inner need to decipher and understand the enigmas of the world. Yet, mixed with this allure was a faint caution, a whisper of forbidding. She could not readily ascertain what secrets the box guarded within its confines, nor why such a gift was deemed suitable by the king of gods for their new life together. Nevertheless, its existence lingered provocatively in her thoughts, a shadowy dance of wonder and wariness. Epimetheus, with his kind and naive perspective, did not share Pandora's fevered intrigue. While admiring the craftsmanship of the gift, he expressed concern about opening something so closely tied to the whims of Olympus. He recalled stories of his brother Prometheus's experience with defying Zeus, reminding Pandora of the potential wrath that could accompany divine gifts. His cautionary words were gentle yet firm, urging her to resist the temptation to meddle with the unknown contents of the box. Despite her husband's warnings, Pandora's mind often wandered during their nights by the hearth, contemplating the nature of the gift. The deep silence of the night amplified her internal struggle. the question swirling in her mind like the stars scattered across the sky. What did the gods, with their infinite wisdom and capability to shape destinies, intend with this mysterious box? And why was she, a being designed by their hands, placed in the path of such a compelling enigma? Her internal battle grew with each passing day, the seed of curiosity sprouting roots deep in her consciousness. The box became an ever-present feature in their lives, its enigmatic allure nearly palpable. It rested quietly, yet its silent presence was powerful enough to become a daily distraction. Pandora would often catch herself staring at it, fingers itching to undo the secrets it held. She imagined the possibilities within, her mind weaving tales and constructing outcomes, leading her further down the path of curiosity. Each imagined story brought her closer to its truths, but never satisfied the persistent urge to uncover its reality. As time flowed, their once tranquil existence felt increasingly permeated by this uninvited guest. Subtle hints of change began weaving through their days, altering the cadence of their peaceful village life. The villagers, noticing Pandora's occasional distant gaze and absorbed demeanor, could sense a transformation on the horizon without understanding its origin. The weight of the god's gift manifested in unspoken ways, hinting at the inevitable momentum towards a forthcoming revelation. Through this tension and anticipation, the box sat, steadfastly quiet in Pandora's home. It stood as a testament to the delicate balance of divine influence and mortal existence, embodying both the potential for wisdom and the risk of consequence. Day by day it seemed to grow in significance, subtly cultivating the soil of Pandora's curiosity until the seed sown would surely bear fruit. Thus, in the gentle dusk glow of the village, the mysterious box awaited eagerly for its moment to take center stage. Its secrets lay poised on the cusp of revelation, woven tightly with the threads of hope and caution. The equilibrium of Pandora's life sat on a knife's edge, hinting at shifts that her curious heart could already sense, albeit quietly. The twilight hour cast a serene glow across Pandora's home, the last light of day whispering secrets of the unknown. There, within the dim confines, stood the mysterious box, a paradox of beauty and dread. Given as a gift, it had become a constant, silent presence in her life, an enigma wrapped in divine allure. Its surface glimmered with intricate designs, crafted by the gods themselves, each swirl a story untold. Pandora found herself drawn to its untapped potential, her heart a symphony of curiosity and caution. For days and nights, Pandora's thoughts revolved around the box, like planets in an orbit they could not escape. She knew its purpose was hidden, wrapped within layers of unknown consequence. Epimetheus, her kind-hearted husband, had warned her of potential dangers that lay within, echoing the divine cautions whispered through the winds. Yet, inside Pandora, the flame of curiosity flickered stronger than ever, refusing to be extinguished by warnings or fears. Every day she resisted, drawing closer and closer to the edge of decision. On this particular evening, the air was charged with a stillness that focused her wandering mind on the task at hand. Silence hung heavily, weighing down every breath she took, as her fingers traced the ornate patterns covering the box. Each touch was a step closer to revelation, her curiosity like an insistent tide that refused to recede. She marveled at the craftsmanship, its beauty suggesting secrets beyond mortal understanding, and felt the slow burn of temptation. Finally, unable to resist any longer, Pandora made her choice. Succumbing to the whispers within her heart, she gently began to unwrap the box. The texture of the seal was cool beneath her fingers, and she held her breath, pausing for a moment as she hovered on the brink of action. The moment stretched, an eternity balanced on the precipice of discovery. The room was filled with an expectant hush, as though the world itself awaited her next move. With a subtle shift of her hands, the seal broke with a soft whisper, a delicate sound lost to the rafters above. As she lifted the lid, a gasp escaped her lips, tethered to a moment of wonder and then dread. The air around her changed, charged with a new energy that shimmered in the dim light. Chaos, an intricate dance of shadows and light, unfurled before her eyes, spinning out of the box in thick, swirling tendrils. Pandora stepped back in horror, the realization of her actions striking her like a wave crashing upon the shore. She watched, heart pounding, as every calamity imaginable burst into existence, eager to fulfill their ancient purpose. Hope, love, faith, these were absent among the emanations that escaped into the world. Disease, despair, and the black tendrils of suffering unfurled their wings, eager to take flight. Her heart ached with remorse, an emotion deeper than any she had known before. Pandora bore witness to the consequences of her curiosity, knowing she could not turn back the tide. Her breath came in shallow gasps, each inhale a silent apology to the world for what she had unleashed. She understood now the warning implicit in the gift, a caution against the dangers of unchecked curiosity and the sudden capacity for change. Amidst the swirling chaos, something within Pandora shifted. Distress consumed her, but so too did an understanding. She knew, deep within, that while the world was forever altered, this act was a catalyst, a turning point in human history. Her innocent and hopeful nature had led her here, and though burdened by the knowledge of her actions, she had also shown that even in the face of disaster, the human spirit, imbued with divine traits and gifts, would have the strength to persist. The emergence of calamity had cast a shadow over her world, yet Pandora stood firm in the face of the storm, resolve hardening like clay in a craftsman's fire. She had brought forth change, and with it, the opportunity for growth and resilience. Though her heart was heavy with the knowledge of suffering, her innocent hopefulness whispered promises of another path yet to be discovered, hidden close within the tapestry of fate. In the midst of this chaotic scene, there lingered a trace of something more, a hint of light that had not yet fully emerged. As the last tendrils of chaos faded into the night, Pandora's gaze lingered on the box, aware that not everything had been revealed. The action may have been done, her choice solidified in the annals of time, but within her spirit lay a restless anticipation of what was still to come. As the seal was broken and chaos poured forth from Pandora's box, a transformation began to ripple across the world. The once serene and harmonious landscapes of human settlement slowly became infused with a palpable sense of apprehension. The unleashed spirits carried with them whispers of disease, despair, and discord, and these ethereal murmurs settled among the people like an uninvited fog. Villages that had thrived with laughter and song began to echo with the clang of fortifications being fortified against unseen threats. Disease, never known in its harrowing forms, began to weave through the villagers. Once vibrant individuals found themselves weakened, adjusting to the shadows of ailments now visiting their homes. Despair slipped quietly into hearts previously brimming with contentment, sowing seeds of worry and fear. The old and young alike grappled with these new, demanding adversities, as the stability of daily life was irrevocably altered. Throughout this drastic shift, Pandora and Epimetheus observed the changing world with a mix of sorrow and remorse. Their once joyful life was now occupied with the sounds of the burdened and the beleaguered as desperate murmurs replaced tales of prosperity and peace. Epimetheus, witnessing the pain that spread among his kin, tried to console Pandora, understanding the weight of her regret. He encouraged her to find solace in the act of comfort and support, knowing well that her heart was heavy with the knowledge of what had been set free. Pandora's remorseful gaze followed the many faces of people she had come to love, now etched with lines of hardship and endurance. She felt her actions echo through each cry and moan of despair. Yet, within her remorse, there was a quiet resolution to embrace the unintended consequences and to stand by the side of those in need, offering whatever solace she could muster as they adapted to this harsh new reality. The lands themselves seemed to mirror the inner turmoil of humanity. Where once the sun cast golden rays upon fields of green, the light now appeared slightly muted, as if mirroring the somber mood that pervaded human settlements. Changeable weather patterns hinted at unpredictable futures, aligning themselves with the altered emotions and the uncertain paths of those who tread the earth. Despite the turbulence caused by the unleashed spirits, a persistent undercurrent of resilience began to rise among mankind. People slowly adapted to their new circumstances, banding together to face the adversities that had so suddenly encroached upon their lives. Villages formed tighter-knit communities, where shared stories of survival and hints of newfound strength emerged amidst their struggles. In these times of turmoil, the human spirit proved inflexible, refusing to be drowned by the flood of despair and uncertainty. Where disease sowed fear, healers from various lands shared knowledge, attempting to mildden the impacts of new ills. Despair led to determination, as individuals clung to memories of the past to fuel desires for a brighter future. Hardships drove creativity and inventiveness, as people sought ways to ensure their survival and to preserve their heritage in the face of uncertain times. As Pandora watched the transformation unfold, she noticed glimmers of hope that pierced the heavy atmosphere. Epimetheus, ever supportive and understanding, sought to strengthen the bonds between their kind by sharing tales of resilience and endurance that would uplift the weary hearts surrounding them. Despite their own personal turmoil, the couple discovered new depths of empathy and compassion, which only grew stronger with the hardships they encountered. In the midst of this great transformation, hopeful whispers, though scarce, began to tickle the ears of those who had nearly resigned themselves to despair. It was the realization of the resilience and solidarity among them that started to lift the shrouds of darkness. From adversity arose a sense of unity as people bonded over shared experiences and struggles. They began to forge a collective spirit, understanding they could withstand the harshest storms with strength drawn from one another. Thus, as the landscape of humanity continued to shift in response to the challenges presented by Pandora's box, there emerged a taut but unwavering tenacity. It was a promise that, though times may be dire, there remained a light worth pursuing, a promise residing in the hearts of those bound together, determined to navigate the uncharted seas of their new world with courage. In the quiet aftermath of the chaos unleashed upon the world, Pandora sat in solemn reflection. The once vibrant communities now grappled with the challenges that had spilled from the mysterious box, leaving a shadow over human existence. However, amidst the despair, a soft murmur seemed to echo faintly, a whisper that Pandora alone could perceive. It was the box, still present in her home, holding its final secret close as if beckoning for a last look. This whisper called to her inner curiosity, reigniting her introspective journey. As the first light of dawn crept into their modest dwelling, Pandora's heart wavered between hope and hesitation. The world outside had been irrevocably altered, and yet a part of her knew that not all had been revealed. Despite her initial fear and guilt, an undeniable urge drew her closer to the box once more. With Epimetheus understanding her sense of purpose, she approached it, driven by an instinct beyond mere curiosity. The air felt different, imbued with a sense of something restorative lingering just out of reach. With careful hands, Pandora traced the outline of the box, feeling its mysterious presence under her fingertips. Her once trembling hand steadied as the whisper transformed into a gentle hum, guiding her actions with an uncanny tranquility. Slowly, she lifted the lid again, her breath catching in anticipation of what might unfold. This time, no whirlwind of chaos emerged, but a soft, radiant light began to seep from within, delicate and inviting. It was as though the box exhaled a serene breath, unveiling its most precious element. The light, unlike any other, blossomed throughout the room, bathing it in hues of soft gold and light pink. Pandora watched in awe as the spirit of hope emerged, bringing a comforting presence that enveloped her being. The chaos and strife felt momentarily suspended, replaced by a sense of calm that seemed to promise healing and solace. Hope did not diminish the reality of the challenges facing humanity, but offered a thread of perseverance woven through the tapestry of adversity. In the soft glow, Pandora came to understand the enduring power of hope. It was not a simple remedy for the ills unleashed, but an enduring companion through them. This realization quelled the lingering guilt she felt, replacing it with a profound acceptance of the unexpected role she had played. Hope promised renewal, symbolizing the potential buried within dire circumstances. As she embraced hope's gentle presence, a subtle transformation began within her, an awakening of resilience and a rekindling of her spirit. Pandora's gaze shifted outward, through the gentle light that now filled their home. The world, with all its newfound struggles, seemed less daunting under hope's warm illumination. She understood that while difficulties remained, hope would fortify the hearts of those burdened by the unleashed forces. It would serve as a beacon, guiding humanity towards adaptation and growth, giving them the endurance to mend their shattered spirits. This shift in her perspective marked a new chapter in Pandora's life, one where the shadows of her actions mingled with the light of redemption and understanding. Hope had not only transformed the atmosphere of their small abode, but also the broader narrative of human existence. It offered the promise of peace amid adversity and the joy that could emerge even in the darkest hours. In the aftermath of opening the box once more, Pandora felt a newfound kinship with the world around her. The connection to Epimetheus deepened, as both came to embody the balance between challenge and hope. The spirit of renewal rippled beyond their dwelling, instilling optimism within themselves and beyond. With hope now freed to weave its influence, a sense of completeness settled within Pandora. She stood at the threshold of a new dawn, reassured that her gift to humanity was more than just hardship. It was the companionship of hope to carry them forward. The gentle light from the box began to fade, its task fulfilled, leaving an imprint of warmth and restoration. As the day progressed, Epimetheus found Pandora standing quietly by the window, gazing into the brightening sky. The turmoil had not disappeared, but the promise of healing and growth, now laced with hope, reassured them both. The challenges unleashed would be faced not with despair, but with an indomitable spirit fortified by hope's gentle whisper. As the first light of dawn painted a gentle hue across the vast landscapes, the spirit of hope quietly began its tender journey across the earth. This spirit, awakened within Pandora's humble dwelling, now spread its light, much like the morning mist that graces the fields with dew. Hope moved softly, touched by a golden glow, and began to brush over the lands, weaving through villages where despair once lingered. It reached every heart, whispering promises of renewal and resilience to those who had witnessed the first cold winds brought forth by the opened box. In the small villages that dotted the fertile plains, a newfound whisper of optimism started to circulate among the people. Men and women, who once stood amid the anguish and shadow cast by suffering, now found themselves pausing to listen to a different tune. Hope sang softly to families gathered around warm hearths, instilling a subtle strength that flowed from person to person. They slowly began to perceive their actions in a new light, underscoring each gesture and effort with an enriched sense of purpose and unity. Epimetheus, ever steadfast by Pandora's side, felt the invigorating presence of hope. It wrapped around him, restoring his strength and clarity as whispers of resilience fluttered like gentle wings around him. Buoyed by this newfound strength, he became a pillar of support for Pandora. Together, they stood hand in hand, sharing an unspoken understanding of the road ahead. The events that had once seemed calamitous now appeared as a catalyst for change and human perseverance. Collective resilience grew among humanity as hope's light touched each life. People gathered in common spaces, sharing tales of their days and traded stories of endurance and newfound courage. The despair that had initially spread among them slowly retreated, replaced by a sense of community forged in the fires of adversity. In each storytelling session, the seeds of hope took deeper root, binding their narratives to the shared strength of one another. The presence of hope transcended individual stories, weaving itself into the broader tapestry of human life. Villagers began to find that even in the simplest tasks, like tilling the soil or collecting water from a spring, a deeper significance rested. They shared their fruits with neighbors, not just out of duty, but as an expression of newfound camaraderie. Life was becoming once more aligned with the rhythm of the earth, in tune with the enduring spirit that reasserted its place alongside humanity. Within her heart, Pandora felt a change as well. Watching the transformations, she sensed a wave of belonging flood into her spirit. Her own initial turmoil and confusion had been met with personal growth, enabling her to see clearly the threads of hope stretching across the world, uniting the broken pieces of earthly existence. Back together. She realized she was part of something bigger than herself, an intricate design of human resilience that reached beyond the fleeting moments of their recent trials. Hope grew pervasive in its subtle yet firm assertion. It lingered long after other forces of chaos had dissipated, providing a steadfast guide through which humanity could navigate future hardships. Each new day seemed to carry with it the promise of light, a testament to the enduring perseverance and brilliance of human spirit. In every field that burst into bloom and in every child's laughter, hope could be seen, echoed through each act of kindness and each leap toward the future. As the chapter closed, Pandora looked out over the landscape that had become her home. She saw not only the physical changes that marked the fields and villages, but also the intangible threads of hope that wound through all things, mending what had once seemed irreparably frayed. In this land of flowering resilience, Pandora knew she and Epimetheus had a part to play still. Yet, in this tranquil moment, she allowed herself to rest in the peace and renewal that had begun to unfold, ready for the journey ahead, strengthened by the spirit of hope. As the soft hues of dusk envelop Mount Olympus, the gods gather in the celestial court, their eyes fixed upon the world below. The air is filled with a contemplative stillness, the ethereal mist weaving through the columns and creating a panorama of sunset oranges and royal blues. Zeus, seated in quiet authority, pauses to reflect on the unfolding events from his divine vantage point. With measured thought, he considers the unintended growth born of his plans. What he set in motion through Pandora's creation was not only a means to balance the hubris of humanity, but has become a testament to unforeseen resilience. A new depth of understanding settles within him, as he acknowledges the profound resilience sparked by hope among mortals. Elsewhere among the gods, there's a murmur of conversation. Hera's gaze lingers on the mortal realm with a mix of emotions. She had expressed skepticism at Zeus's plan, foreseeing the potential chaos Pandora's actions could unleash. Yet now, witnessing the surprising fortitude among humans, her view softens. There is a twinge of respect for Pandora's unwitting role in this transformation. Though her initial intentions were to temper mankind's audacity, she appreciates the complexity of the resulting events and grudgingly acknowledges that there was value in the turmoil instigated. Athena stands silent with her typical measured wisdom. Having bestowed knowledge upon Pandora, she observes with interest how humanity has harnessed wisdom through adversity. The allure of the mortal struggle against despair intrigues her, and she sees how they have not only survived, but thrived in the face of the challenges unleashed. Their journey through hardship has sparked an evolution of thought and culture. In their suffering, Athena sees the potential for growth that transcends the original design. This wisdom gained through adversity echoes deeply with her ideals and solidifies a connection between divine insight and human experience. Amidst these reflections, Hephaestus finds his own creations enduring beyond their apparent form. He recalls the intricacies of his craftsmanship in creating Pandora, realizing now the beauty that emerged was not just her physical form, but also the intangible hope she released. As the god of craft and forge, he takes pride in this sublime beauty, the unintended consequence of hope bringing forth a new era of balance. It reaffirms his faith that true artistry lies in originality, shaping both objects and destinies, even those beyond the creator's foresight. Nearby, Hermes leans nonchalantly against a column, a knowing smile playing on his lips. His gaze follows the mortals, notably aware of the curiosity he kindled within Pandora. It was, after all, this divine spark of curiosity that led her to open the box in the first place. Though chaotic, Hermes recognizes the enduring power of curiosity, a drive that constantly propels both gods and mortals alike out of complacency and into a dynamic state of being. Curiosity has been vindicated, standing as an agent of change and transformation, signifying its role as a divine gift to humanity. As the gods converse, an unexpected consensus emerges. They come to understand that the trials faced by humanity, though sown in chaos, have led to unanticipated strengths, interwoven with the essence of hope. It's a mutual acknowledgement among them, a nod to the learning that has unfolded through this shared affair. They've been given a window into the potential for greatness hidden within the strife endured by mortals, a greatness often underestimated. In the serene light of dusk, the gods turn their focus outward once more, considering what is yet to unfold. The celestial court remains enveloped in reflection, the discussions of divine implications and mortal resilience echoing into the timeless expanse. This introspection paves the way for new insights and understandings, as the convergence of divine intentions and human experiences continues to shape the essence of their shared world. As the chapter draws to a close, this newfound harmony between gods and mortals sets a contemplative tone, preparing all for the tranquil resolution soon to follow, a resolution where the coexistence of hardship and hope continues to evolve with grace and understanding. In the full bloom of spring, as the gentle light of day washed over the verdant landscape, Pandora found herself enveloped in a sense of profound calm. The land had settled into a tranquil harmony, marked by the soft rustling of leaves and the gentle hum of life. It was a world now familiar with the rites of hope and hardship, where each shadow was met with a glimmer of light. Pandora sat amidst a meadow in thoughtful repose, embracing the duality that had become a part of her essence. The journey she had been unwittingly thrust upon was clearer to her now, as she understood the role she played in ushering this balance into the world. Gone was the unsettling uncertainty. In its place was peace, born from acceptance. With a serene heart, she recalled the moments leading to this unprecedented calm. Her actions, driven by curiosity, had brought forth a tide of trials and challenges. Yet they had also unlocked the enduring presence of hope, anchoring her at the core of this transformation. Pandora found solace in the realization that her contribution was not one of mere consequence, but of meaningful influence. In bringing the element of hope to light, she had ensured humanity could confront adversities with resilience and strength, a strength that grew and flourished with each passing day. Epimetheus stood beside her, his presence a comforting reminder of their shared journey. Together they had weathered the chaos released upon humanity, and in the process, forged a bond rooted in understanding and compassion. Reflecting on their experiences, They saw not only the struggles, but also the unwavering spirit of humans, reinforced by the presence of hope. It was a lesson of life, imparted by the gods, that in challenging moments, unity and courage could overcome despair. Epimetheus's kind-hearted nature had been the balm to Pandora's relentless curiosity, their partnership exemplifying the union of divergent traits to create harmony. Across the lands, humanity adapted to their altered reality. Each village, once shadowed by the looming specter of Pandora's box, now thrived within the balance of its released contents. The air carried stories of individuals who had risen through the trials, finding purpose amidst calamity. Hope had become an enduring thread in the tapestry of life, weaving strength through communities. People learned anew to navigate the ever-changing tides of existence, embracing possibilities and supporting one another through shared trials. Echoes of whispers, gentle as a breeze, floated to Pandora, carrying with them the imperceptible voices of the divine. These were the commendations of the gods, the quiet acknowledgments of Pandora's unwitting part in this grand design. Though no longer directly guiding her, the gods had left their touch upon the world, demonstrating that even in mystery, wisdom can be gleaned. Thus, Pandora learned to listen, to understand the subtleties imparted in these whispers, finding in them a guiding hand through the uncertainties of life. The tranquil atmosphere settled deep and wide over the land, embodying a new era of peace. The struggles and the subsequent hope birthed a harmonious state, one that intertwined with the very fabric of the earth and sky, illustrating that hope and hardship were eternal companions, each refining the other. As Pandora gazed at the world, she felt a sense of harmony that affirmed her identity and her purpose. Her spirit lingered as a guardian of this duality, ever aware of the intricate dance between despair and optimism. There, in the heart of a world forever changed, Pandora found herself at peace. Embraced by the nature surrounding her, the lush greenery and gentle waters mirrored the balance achieved. Her place, though unexpected, was now understood, a carrier of change, a harbinger of hope. She watched as the sun bathed the earth in its warm, inviting glow, knowing that life, with all its complexities, was a beautiful mosaic of challenges and triumphs. The chapter of Pandora's journey concluded not with an end, but with a new beginning, as all stories do in the eternal cycle of life. And as the world moved forward, accompanied by the flicker of divine whispers, the gentle reminder lingered, weaving through the ages, that hope must always remain, even when adversity seems insurmountable.